Good morning or good night, Gacha Kingdom. I'm going to open up this video with a Discord audio I recorded to my friends when the news broke out that Heng might possibly be getting his 4th SP. Dude, this shit is crazy, bro. Four Heng, 4th one. Blade's like, there's 5 people or some shit like that. Well, guess what? 5 of them are Heng. Dude, there's no way. Our 4th Heng. Heng is like, well, hoyoverse is like Camilla, like intelligence systems over there with like 10,000 Camillas. Dude, we got a full team of Hengs coming soon if these leaks are true. No way. If Honkai Star lasts us as long as Fire Emblem Heroes, people are gonna be able to clear memories of chaos or whatever shit endgame mode that they putting out, and it's gonna be like Heng only. 2 full 8 teams. So after sleeping on this revelation for a day, I looked at this list and it started making more sense. Okay, Firefly and Kafka are getting an SP because the rest of the Stellaron hunters are getting SPs. Okay, that makes sense. What is happening? I got off the Astral Express after Penacony. So I have no idea why Misha, like, I thought Misha was a figment of our imagination along with Gallagher. Like, bro was fiction in a fictional piece. So like, how Misha is from the Astral Express, you know, Himeko got an SP, you know, she's walking around slaying in new heels. Love that for her. And makes sense that March is getting an SP. You know, maybe we'll actually get a proper March 8th instead of the reverse of March 7th, evil March 7th with Evernight. There's Heng. Yeah, just give him another one. You know, the rest of the Astral Express is gonna be getting SPs. Give Heng one too. Yeah. Why leave our Unk out of this? Like, our uncle, well, Yang doesn't get an SP and everybody else does. I think in lore, character wise, I don't think Welt would mind. He'd be like, wow, look at how strong everybody else is. Wow, that's so cool. Because he knows that he's got like destructive black hole powers and shit like that. Even though in Honkai Star Rail, he doesn't really have that same amount of powers. But, you know, does this open up the doors of us getting a Sunday SP too? Because he's part of the Astral Express still, I think. I don't know. What about Gallagher? You know, like, Misha was one of the first ones to board the Astral Express with all of his homies and stuff like that. And no, Gallagher was like an amalgamation of all of the bloodhound, that was their name, right? Relatives and stuff like that, so that he could wake up Sunday and be like, hey bro, like, this shit is bad. And Sunday was like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, this guy might be onto something. And that's why that was his entire story arc. So, like, I guess realistically, he's not, like, they wouldn't want to write a Gallagher SP, but, like, super non-biased opinion, I just really want to see Gallagher again. So, you know, god damn, I'm 4 minutes into this video. I haven't even talked about today's video protagonist. It's Heng. Yeah, who would have thought? You looked at this thumbnail, the title is probably some shit like 4 Hengs and 7 mini Hengs or some shit like that. Yeah, it's Heng / Heng of Irunune / the Defender Heng. I don't know what his official title is called. He's supposed to be like 1 foot taller compared to like normal Heng and Irunune Dahong. Girl, okay. And if these leaks are true, we are inbound to get another Dahong to make a full team of Camilla. I guarantee you, when Honkai Star Rail first came out, I don't think anybody would have expected for us to be in a timeline where Dahong would be the first character to have an entire team, 4-person team of just himself. I don't think anybody would have expected that. Now, let's try to rationalize this. Why is Heng getting his 4th SP? Why isn't it not Welt Yang? Understandably, everybody in the mamas are surprised that it's not Welt in the slot of Heng here. Unless, like, secretly in the, like, basement that they aren't letting any leakers leak. Maybe the multi-universe character that is supposedly supposed to come out, that it's a, quote, new character. Like, a schizophrenic theory, maybe that's supposed to be, like, a Welt Yang, but, like, it's his, like, legal name? Was it Jonathan something something? What if that's him, guys? I might be onto something. Okay, y'all, if this video gets taken down, you know the reason why. Hoyoverse got my ass. But no, it's Dahong. Dahong comes out of nowhere and saves the day, as he usually does, to save his boyfriend from all impending doom. Like, if you were just to look at the paper numbers from the game, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, Dahong is a 4-star you get for free because he's from the Astral Express, and you're from the Astral Express? No way. Environmental Lunae, you know, I think he did pretty good numbers. He was very relevant when he first came out, and then dropped off immediately when the meta stepped away from SP and then like destruction, burst damage and whatever. But everybody in the mamas were eating him up. Me too. Defender Dahong was given out for free, so not a lot of people were pulling for him unless you were a crazy Dahong in-game stan, which there's quite a bit of them, so I wouldn't be too surprised if he did make quite a bit of money still. That's like within the game sphere. I would be pressed if you found a character that has more merchandise than Dahong. This motherfucker got Nendoroids, plushies, figures, expensive figures, keychains, glasses, what the fuck, pins, acrylic stands, blind box figures, fan merchandise. Not like, this man can do it all. All you can do at this point is just point and laugh, because at this point it seems that in the honkai sorrow sphere, Dahong has become their cash cow that they're trying to milk from his nips and also his 2 dragons. It's I don't know, I just never expected Dahong to essentially be the poster boy for, at least for the men in Honkai Star Rail. You know, there's the girlies that are probably definitely way more popular than Dahong here, but if you show somebody Dahong, I'm sure that they'd be like, oh yeah, I've seen that guy in Honky Starbucks, and or if it's not from Honky Starbucks, he has definitely had with somebody that I know is from Honky Starbucks. I'm now going to horny dump at the end of this video, so if anybody comments, oh, this shit is clickbait, I can't believe you clickbait me. Nuh-uh. OG Dahong, I feel like, would be like very safe, middle of the road of everything. His dragon essence that comes out of his mini Dahong would be like a middle average of the road, normal. His thickness would be very like middle, like not too thin but also like healthy, not too thick either. Well, I guess it would be vice versa, because if it was thin then it wouldn't be as healthy unless like you gooned a lot. And I think it would also taste very safe. It's very marigold awe ratio, not too sweet, not too salty, it's not earthy, it's not really manly either. It's very like middle of the road, all neutral-esque palette, and safe for somebody's first time. Imbibitor Lunae Dahong definitely ups the volume by like 11. If you have ever taken 2 of Imbibitor Lunae's dragons at the same time and you allowed Imbibitor Lunae to shoot right into you, wow, that cleanup must have taken hours. My condolences. Due to the sheer amount of dragon essence that comes out of his mini Dahongs, I think it would be, the consistency would be on the thinner side. Not too watery where it's a bit concerning, but it's definitely a lot thinner than like a normal Dahong. It would be a little bit on the sweeter side, not like too sweet, because I don't think Imbibitor Lunae would be like a sweet tooth head only eating cream puffs, but it would kind of be like the same sweetness as like a natural tea with no sugar cubes, no added sugars or anything like that. From my acknowledgement, Defender Dahong, not only is he touch deprived, not only is he overstimulated really easily because he's touch deprived, I also think his consistency is definitely on the thicker side. Not like straight up dragon essence slime, but it's, well, I guess maybe maybe it is like as thick as slime. I'm not too sure. A blessing that I never had the experience of the first sheer volume that Defender Dahong probably would have released into Caelus's when they first met up after Euphorius and whatever. After things have calmed down and caelus did some sessions with him, I think it would be like on the same level as Dahong, or like human Dahong. It would definitely be more on the like taste wise, be saltier, like manlier, muskier, if that makes sense. No. Where it definitely tastes like a human product. Yeah, I guess that's it. I am very mad that screwllum is proving my point. It's really not becoming a schizophrenic theory anymore. I really do genuinely think that screwllum is the most screwed over character in Honkai Star Rail. Oh, get it? Because he's got screw in his name. But like this man is like thrown into the basement. Actually, no. It would Rekka is bondaged up, thrown in the basement to never to see the day of light. I know screwllum is on a bunch of mihoyo employees' PCs ready to be released anytime soon, and they just haven't. They just need to update his kit, and that's it. Like, he's got animations, he's walking around talking with Herta, he's got voice lines and stuff like that. All they need to do is just tweak a couple of his numbers and animations, and that's it. He's literally, I know he's ready to go any moment now, and they're just teasing us. I know it. Please, hoyoverse, I just want to see screwllum naked, okay? Like, I don't, please. I'm not asking for my, or at least I don't think I am.